How to start a business from scratch and the things they never told you. Show reel, hit it.
Now today, isn't that they're struggling? Isn't that they can't get out of their shit? It's because the shit that they're in isn't big enough. And why I say that is because if that shit was big enough right now, if the people had a gun pointed to their head, they would actually get their ass moving. Always understand that emotions is what leads to motion. It's energy in motion. So if your emotional drive is not strong enough, you're not going to do anything to get out of it.
What's up guys, Erico here, international speaker, entrepreneur and best-selling author. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to start a business from scratch. Now, a lot of people come to my events all around the world to learn how to start a business. Now, what's really interesting is that at business school, and I have a lot of business school graduates come to my events, and at the end of it, they're like, wow, these are things that they never told us about, you know? And this is a very interesting thing because what I found throughout my journey, because I started business from the age of 21, and for the last like 10 plus years, I've been venturing into all different industries. And what I found, whether it's building a 7-figure business or whether it's building an 8-figure business, what I found is that there's key elements that need to be in place for that to happen. Now, I've managed to do this within different industries, from the export business, from a franchise noodle bar that some of you may have heard of before, right? Or even the events company, and even on online marketing right now. So whether you're just starting out in a business right now, or whether you already have a business and you're wanting to take it to that next level, these fundamentals will apply to every single one of you. And the biggest thing that I found out there right now is that 75% of businesses fail within the first 2 years, right? And 90% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. And what does this mean? It means that the majority of people, like the majority of you watching here right now, going into business, and you're going into business because you want freedom, you want time freedom, you want to be able to make money. And at the end of it, it's most likely, I don't want to like discourage you or anything, but it's most likely that 90% will be wiped out, right? Now, so this video is going to share with you the points to action, right? The most crucial things, the fundamentals to actually building solid businesses. Why is it that now people ask me to speak all around the world on this topic? Is because they know that I've proven it in different industries, and they know that I have the keys to succeed in business. And that's why in this video, I want to keep it very simple, right? There's not going to be anything technical, no technical terms or anything. I'm going to keep it everything very simple, because I don't class myself as the most intellectual person out there. I think a lot of you watching out there right now will probably have higher IQs than me. But I found that it's not down to your education, not down to your qualifications. In fact, a lot of other successful entrepreneurs that I meet, making millions and millions and millions in different industries, I found a lot of them don't have any qualifications whatsoever. Yet the majority of people take all of these business studies and business courses and write a perfect business plan. But at the end of the day, when it gets into business, the biggest thing, and if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. The biggest thing for a successful entrepreneur is actually to stay solution focused all of the way, right? And now Shark Tank has reached out to me to be a shark on Shark Tank. And the reason they did that is because they know I invest in a lot of businesses. So even when it comes to investing, right? If you're looking for an investor, let's say you don't have the finances, the funding, and you're wanting to pitch to an investor, you need to know what investors look for. Investors aren't looking for a kick-ass product, a kick-ass service, a kick-ass idea. That's not primary. The primary thing that people are looking for when they're investing in something is they're looking for a solution-focused entrepreneur. Because we understand as entrepreneurs that throughout the journey, there's going to be a lot of challenges. And when you plan out that financial forecast, or when you put together that business plan, it's most likely that when you get into business, it's not going to look exactly like that business plan. So how do you actually go about starting a business from scratch, right? The first and most important thing, now it's this whole model is down to 4 things. Now I share this with people all around the world, and it's not just gotten me results, it gets other people results too. So pay close attention throughout this video, okay? So the first thing is having a great product or service. Now, what does this mean? And how do we determine and how do we find or create a great product or service? The first thing we need to understand and establish is what the market needs. The biggest problem that I see is that a lot of people go into business and then they kind of find something that they're really passionate about. But you can't make a lot of money and you can't serve people, you can't help people, you can't make an impact if what you are offering out there on the marketplace is something that you're passionate about. Because at the end of the day, people want to know what's in it for them. So the biggest thing, do your due diligence and to go out there and find out what people want. And so how do you actually go about doing it? In today's world, it's so much easier because we have Google, we have YouTube, we can just search products and services. We have Amazon, we have eBay. You can just search products and services and you can just look at the bestsellers list and it immediately tells you what people are wanting out there, right? So that's number one. Make sure to find a product and service that the market wants or needs. Now, secondary to that, okay, is what do you need to do once you have that product or once you have that service? Or maybe you have a product or service already, right? And if you do have it already, make sure to clarify and do your market research, right? Go out there, get people to vote, whether they like it, what they think about it, get this type of feedback so you know whether the marketplace wants it. And not just want the product, you also need to clarify that they're okay with the price point too, right? Would they be willing to pay it? And then the second thing is about visibility. It's all about marketing, right? So the thing is, how do you get eyeballs on your product, on your service, on your brand right now? Okay, now first of all, I want you to understand what marketing is because I used to go to art college. And when I was at art college, I learned a lot about advertising and marketing. And that's why a lot of the things I'm saying here is things they never actually taught you. Is because they taught us how to create a kick-ass ad, right? But they didn't teach us the fundamentals of business because the core fundamentals of business is you need to be able to serve people and you need to be able to make money, bottom line. You don't make money, you have a failing business. So is it about the money? Of course, if you don't focus on creating something to be able to generate that exchange for money, you're going to be really struggling out there, right? So how do you go about doing visibility? You need to understand that visibility, right? This is what they never teach you. Visibility in marketing is the transition to the sell. What does this mean? It means it's the fastest way. We need to find the fastest way to attract eyeballs to convert. It's, a lot of people, they splash so much money out there today on what they call branding. They boost a post on Facebook to get more likes. They, pay for advertising so people can see their brand. It's not about seeing your brand. It's how can they see your brand and take an action point, right? How can they convert? So the question is really this. When you put a piece of marketing material out there, what is your call to action? Because if there's no call to action, you're wasting your money. You might as well just go, run, take all your money out of the ATM, run to the ocean, and then throw it all out into the ocean and have a party, Because this is what most people are doing out there. They're not understanding what business is. Business is only, if I strip this 4 things down to 2 basic things, okay, this is what you need to focus on right now. 1, have a product or service that people want. Number 2, exchange the value for value. So make sure to get the conversion, to sell, right? That's it. 2 things. Number 1, have the value. Number 2, to sell, right? So now the 4 things, the point of the marketing is so that you can sell. So make sure that everything you do when you're doing the marketing is transition to the sell. Now, if I talk about the fastest way to get visibility today, is all about Facebook marketing. Why? It's because Facebook marketing has the most targeted marketing ever, and pretty much everybody is on Facebook. The great thing about Facebook is Facebook has information on you that even you don't have on you. Why? It's because a lot of the time when you're browsing stuff, and I don't know if you've ever had this experience before, if you're browsing and you're looking for, let's say, a pair of Nike trainers, and then suddenly everywhere you go on Instagram, on YouTube, on every platform you go on, you see Nike trainers. There's no accident. It's because they can target specifically what you've been searching for. And let me tell you how smart all of this stuff is. Even if you move your cursor to exit, you nearly checked out, nearly bought something, people have this information so they can retarget you again. And this is it might sound quite freaky to some of you who don't know about this, but for some of you who are in business, you will see the value of that. because you can directly target your ads to people who, let's say, are buying from your competitors right now. So you know they're interested in that thing, you know they're already spending in that thing, and now the question is, how do you target your product so that those people can see it? And that's the power of Facebook marketing. And by the way, in this video, I'm not going to go into Facebook marketing because I can go a whole 3 hours on Facebook marketing alone. There's so many things to it: pixels, retargeting, landing pages, and ad copies, A/B split tests, and splintering, all this type of stuff. But if you are interested in this topic, comment below Facebook marketing, right? And if I get enough comments, I'll produce a video on it, because if the market wants it, I'll give it to you guys, okay? So going forward from that, okay, so if I was to say the fastest way to get visibility today would be to leverage off Facebook advertising, okay? Now, going from Facebook, then the next step is all about conversion, all about selling, right? All about sales. Now, this is the biggest thing that most people fail in, because a lot of people think, oh, sales, I'm not the salesperson, I don't like sales, you know? But let me tell you something. The biggest entrepreneurs out there, the most successful business people, and the most successful leaders out there, what are they doing? Every single day they are selling. They're great salespeople. They're great at selling a vision, selling a message, selling a product, selling a service. And if you're sitting there right now, you think, oh, but I'm not in sales. Yes, you are. Every single day you're selling already. You're selling yourself in a job interview. You're selling. So the core fundamentals of sales, if you get good at that and you apply it to a product, apply it to a service, apply it to your business, it becomes very powerful. But the biggest problem is most people don't know how to apply it, right? When it comes to, and this is the interesting thing, and I see this all the time because I do a lot of sales training for corporate clients and for a lot of individuals all around the world, right? And what I find is this: people, when it comes to selling somebody else's product or service, right? Let's say, for example, you go out there and you buy a new Dyson Hoover and it's absolutely amazing. Then you tell all your friends about it, they go and buy it, right? You're good when it comes to that. You're good at selling other people's products. But when it comes to your own product, it's like, oh, I'm not so sure how to sell this, and I feel bad asking for money. How do I do it? So the question really is this: how do you sell without feeling that you're selling, without being pushy, without being that sleazy salesperson, right? You do it through what we call comparison selling, right? Or persuasive sales. It's a very, very powerful technique where when you do it, people don't even realize you're selling. And then at the end of it, what we need to understand is this: why selling is so crucial. Because I always teach that selling is serving, right? You are selling to serve. Think about it. You have a product, you have a service, you have an idea that you think is going to impact the world, or you think that people want or need right now. You can keep that idea, sleep with it, and die with it if you don't know how to sell it, right? I know that sounds a bit extreme, but that's the brutal truth. You need to know how to sell that thing, because when you sell it, you are serving people. That's how you make a difference in this world. So make sure to get good at selling, okay? Again, like, this is down to market demand. You know, if you guys want to learn about sales, I can go a whole long video on sales and teach you all the techniques, right? Just comment below sales if you want to learn about sales, okay? So that's selling, okay? So the first thing, having a product or service that the market wants or needs. The second thing, visibility, right? How do you actually get the marketing, right? And then how to get the marketing right. And the third thing, sales, how to actually sell and convert, right? And the final piece of the jigsaw here is, especially if you're just starting out in business, get this right, because you guys actually have a head start, and I'll tell you why. Think about this for a second. Why are you going into business? Or why, those of you who are already in business, why did you decide to go into business in the first place, right? Let that question digest, because the answers will be this. Because I ask people all around the world, and it's the same answers every single time. Freedom. Right? Time, more time, flexibility, money, be my own boss, you know, financial freedom, passive income, you know, be able to travel the world, do whatever those goals are. Now let's rewind and then let's go to the reality now. The reality, most people out there in business, think about it. Most people in business, are they the most successful? Are they earning loads of passive income? Do they have loads of free time? Are they all traveling the world, you know? And most of them are kind of stuck. In fact, most entrepreneurs think that they're entrepreneurs, but they're merely just employees of their own business. So the question really is this: what is the difference between the minority of the minority, the people who are actually living it out there, right? This is the biggest question I get all the time, because people see, Eric, you're traveling around the world all the time. How do you actually run separate businesses in fashion, in events, in food, and all these areas? How do you do it? is down to this final piece of the jigsaw. And those of you who are in business already, right, you will now need to track back and do this task. For those of you who are just starting out in business, you kind of have a little bit of a head start. And the reason behind it is this: the biggest thing that sets like great entrepreneurs apart is that their businesses are systemized. They're automated. So the fourth thing is learn how to automate and systemize your business. Always understand this, right? The whole thing of entrepreneurship, if you want to be one of those kick-ass entrepreneurs out there who are really rocking it, you have that free time and you're making money, right? Understand this logic here. It's not that you don't need to do anything anymore. You will still need to work. Except your work is focused on managing people. And why I say that, and it's about leading people, and leaders create leaders, right? Not followers. Leaders create leaders. On this principle, you will be able to reap the rewards and to be able to be free, do what you want when you want. Because understand this, and if you're taking notes, write this down. People run your systems and systems run your business. So what does this mean? You don't put a system together and kind of like, oh, I just sit on the beach every single day sipping pina colada and money will just fall on my head. Instead of thinking that way, understand that, okay, people run your system, systems run your business. So if you want that to flow automatically or auto-magically, right, then you need to manage the people, lead the people to lead the systems to manage your business, okay? So this is the process. Get your systems right. And why I said it's easier for those of you who are just starting out in business is because systemizing a business is all about documenting every single thing that you do, every task that you do, the what, why, when, who, how, okay? And if you answer the questions to what is the task, why do you need to do it, when do you need to do it, who does it, and how, this is the most powerful way of systemizing your business. If you document everything you do, every single task, and what that means is when you come to employ people, you can just pass that manual on and then they will roll on from there. This was the core fundamentals to how we were able to branch out a franchise from only having one noodle bar to actually recruiting over 50 franchisees in just a matter of a couple of years. Okay, and this is the power of it. So make sure to start your systems and get the systems right. Again, one thing as well, if you guys are into the systems thing and you want me to cover a video on that, type in systems in the comment box below. That's it, guys, from me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please do support by giving a thumbs up. And the more support I get from you guys, the more videos I can put out there. I'm doing daily videos right now and different things to do with entrepreneurship, inspiration, behind the scenes, traveling, all of this type of stuff to keep you guys inspired, keep you guys accountable so you guys can make this year your best year yet. Guys, make sure to give us a thumbs up, give us a comment below, let me know where you've tuned in from, and remember, please remember, if you have not already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Next to it, there is a notifications button, and you will be notified every single day with this inspiration to keep you on track. I think that's a wrap, guys. See you later. Bye.